I don't think people without kids realize how much free time they actually have. Like, they are practically on vacation 24/7. And you don't realize that until you have kids and you have no free time ever. Now, don't get me wrong, I love spending time with my kids, but I don't get a lot of free time, which I completely understand. I signed up for. But it's just funny because, like, I have friends that don't have kids, and I just get a kick out of hearing them say, like, oh, I'm so tired or I'm so busy. And I really try not to be that friend that's like, oh, well, girl, imagine if this, imagine it. Like, I despise people like that because at the end of the day, everyone has problems, everyone has issues, everyone has a to do list, and they can get overwhelmed and be tired. But I'm just saying, if you're watching this and you don't have kids, embrace the free time, because once you do have kids, there will be little to no free time, and the time that you get with them is amazing. It's I prayed for this, I asked God for this, so I'm not complaining, but I'm just saying, a person without kids free time is completely different than a person who has kids free time. So take advantage now while you can.
I'll never love a child more than I love my free time and my freedom, which is the reason why I'm going to always remain child free. The love of a child is never going to be stronger than the love that I have for my freedom, for my ability to be able to sleep in, for my ability to not have to constantly work all year round, for my ability to be able to leave the house when I want to leave the house, not have to worry about, making extra money to support my child. I'm never going to love a child more than the mental clarity that I have knowing that I would have brought somebody into this fucked up world. A lot of people will try to gaslight you as a woman when you decide to be child free by saying, oh, you have to decide to just have the child. And then once you have the child, I promise your mind's going to change. You're not going to care about not being able to sleep in. You're not going to care about not being able to go out at night or being able to leave your house. You're not going to care about any of that stuff. The love for your child is going to just be so strong that you're not going to care about any of that. And that is fucking bullshit. No sensical person would ever use that as a reason to decide to have children. Because it's not like after you give birth, you can decide, oh, you want to know what? I've been raising this child for a year, and honestly, I like my old life better. I'm just going to drop this kid off somewhere, and I'm going to move on with my fucking life. People will gaslight you into thinking that this switch is going to go off. No, the switch that went off is that you are now locked in a position that you cannot get yourself out of. That's the reason why you feel as though, oh, your mind's going to change. No, your mind's not going to change because you don't have the ability to go and change your fucking mind in the first place. And when people bring up this whole love that you have for your child, honest mothers understand that love and the loving moments that you have with your child, okay, that probably happens about 20% of the time when you are a mother raising a child. That's 20% of the equation. Losing sleep, breastfeeding, formula, pickups, drop-offs, extracurricular activities, disciplining your child, having to deal with bringing your child into public places where there are adults, dealing with potential bullies, having your children have issues with teachers, their grades being an issue. The factor of popularity, the factor of the people that they are deciding to be friends with. You cannot sit here and tell me that all of those things, as a mother, you love that shit. You cannot tell me that you love those things. There's no freaking way that you love those things. And the thing about it is that the 20%, the loving 20% that you would get from a child, that's if your child is actually good. That's actually if your child is well behaved, doing well, not having to worry about getting bullied. They actually turned out to be pretty popular. They're excelling in school. They're very intelligent. They don't get into a lot of trouble. You don't have to go out of your way to discipline them. The 20%, that's when you get a well-rounded child. Most of y'all do not have these well-rounded children for you to be getting all of these loving moments that you all try to perpetuate that you're getting. Oh, the love that I get from them, when they're waiting for me at home and I come home. Okay, at some point, these children are going to get fucking older and you're going to come home and guess where your children are going to be? They're going to be with their fucking friends at their friend's house because they're going to reach a certain level in maturity where they don't want to be on your fucking titty anymore. And then mothers will take this personally. Oh, I don't want my baby on their first day at kindergarten. Oh my God, the first day of my child going to school is so hard. Oh my God, middle school. Oh my God, high school. Y'all be wanting them on your tit forever because a lot of mothers don't have an identity outside of motherhood. So then what happens is that a lot of mothers will project the person that they want their child to be onto them to keep them coddled forever. It's like that Unknown Caller show when that mother literally sabotaged her daughter and literally was sitting here saying that she wanted to unalive her own daughter, saying that she wanted to sleep with her daughter's boyfriend, sending all of these malicious text messages while she was lying to her own husband about not being employed and about not having a job. And a large reason why she did that was because she wanted to keep her daughter coddled to her because she had no identity outside of being a mother. I don't need to experience 9 months of pregnancy and having my fucking cervix stretch out to the size of a fucking basketball in order for me to have this potential light switch that's going to go off to tell me, oh my God, the life that I'll be giving to a child is just going to be so much more rewarding to the life that I give to myself. The life that I give to myself is guaranteed. The life that I give to a child is never going to be guaranteed. You can be the most perfect parent in the fucking world. All it takes is one bad influence. All it takes is one bad friend for your son or daughter to get led astray. And if they deem that person to be more important than you, if they deem the validation coming from that friend to be higher than the validation that they would get from you, it doesn't matter how good you parent them. They're not going to fucking listen to you, and they're going to do whatever the fuck that they want to do to be able to keep their friend close, even if their friend is not good for them. And there's nothing that you'll be able to do about it. And then once they become an adult, it's really not anything that you're going to be able to do about it. I love the life that I am living now, being single and being child-free. No child is ever going to trump the love that I have for my life. It's never happening.
Saying people with no kids are practically on vacation 24/7 is so funny because have you ever gone out with somebody with a kid? Have you ever gone out with your homegirl and she got a babysitter? You be like, come on, bitch, let's go. It's time to go. They mopping the floor. She still got 2 drinks in her hand. She yelling, hey, the lights are on. So yeah, we kind of do realize how much free time we have because we're watching you, girl. Cherish your very few moments of it. That's a bit much. But even she then goes on to say, like, I'm not trying to be the friend to say, oh, imagine what tired really looks like. Like, I understand everybody has their trials and tribulations and blah, 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 blah. But you're also saying that when your friend comes to you and says, I'm tired or I'm exhausted or I'm too busy, I'm overwhelmed, you're not taking it that serious. You're not taking it serious to the full potential of what your friend knows to be as overwhelmed as possible, as tired as possible, as busy as possible, because you think it could be worse. And I just don't fucking understand that. And then the girl, how do you pronounce that thing? She's wearing like an ALO sweater. Like, imagine parents who got 2, 3, 4 jobs, So it's like, you're not even as tired as you could be. It was just so like, it was steaming with, I'm going to try to say these caveats so that I don't get attacked. But for real, I don't think you bitches have anything to complain about. And it's like, well, neither do you because you knew what you signed up for when you did that.
I don't think people without kids realize how much free time they actually have.
Oh, no, we do. We know, which is why many of us have chosen to not have children.
Like, they are practically on vacation 24/7.
I don't think mothers on maternity leave realize how much free time they have. I mean, they're practically on vacation 24/7. Kind of a wild thing to say, isn't it? If we want to talk about demographics that don't know something, let's talk about parents. I don't think parents know just how insufferable they are. I don't think parents, specifically mothers, know that they are the biggest deterrents for people who are child-free from making the decision to have children. I don't need to have children. You guys have shown me more than enough that you're miserable with that life.
Now, don't get me wrong. I love spending time with my kids, but
if you are so happy being a mom, if you are so happy being a parent, why are you constantly on the internet talking about how child-free people this, child-free people that? You don't get free time. I'm always tired. You can't compare your tired to mine. My tired is just so unique. It's a tired that has never existed in the world before having children. Oh my God. You sound like you really love being a mom. To act like people who are child-free don't have responsibilities like work or working more than one job, or going to school while working, or going to school while working more than one job, or having animals that they have to raise, or a home they have to take care of, or maybe a parent they have to take care of. To act like being a parent gives you a unique experience on being tired. Again, that's that insufferability I was talking about.
It's just funny because like I have friends that don't have kids, and I just get a kick out of hearing them say like, oh, I'm so tired, or I'm so busy. And I really try not to be that friend that's like, oh, well, girl, imagine if this, imagine it. Like, I despise people like that.
I don't want to be that friend to them. So I'm actually just going to come to the internet instead and say it to everybody here instead of saying it to their faces. Yeah, because motherhood is awesome and I have so much fun doing it. You made a lifestyle, lifelong commitment and choice to have children, and it changes it. It changes your lifestyle. That's why many people who don't have children and have actively chosen to be child-free are child-free. Many of us don't want to give up whatever free time we do have to waste in our minds or spend or invest in your minds on a child.
But I'm just saying, a person without kids' free time is completely different than a person who has kids' free time. So take advantage now while you can.
There's like a flip that switches in the brains of many parents, and it's like a cognitive dissonance insufferability switch. They don't really realize how obnoxious and you sound miserable. You do a great job selling me and not wanting to have children. Other child-free people, their content, child-free content, has never once persuaded me not to have children. But the content and the things I hear from the mouths of parents, they do. Because the last thing I want to do is just naturally become insufferable just because I became a parent. That seems to be like the standard deviation. That seems to be the route that people go down. It's like you can't be a parent without being annoying. You have to sit and complain. You have to sit and complain about how child-free people have it so easy, as if you didn't make the choice to have children. That was your decision. That was your decision. Maybe something you should have looked into before you had them.